Ohio State head coach Nadine Muzzerall. Before we begin, just want to run through the ground rules. If you have a question for one of the speakers, press the raise hand function and I will call on you in the order the requests are made. You will be on mute until you are called on, and we'll go back on mute once you finish your question. Okay, we're joined now by Coach Muzzerall. Coach, I'd like to ask you to make an opening statement and we'll take questions. Floor's yours. You're on mute.
We know we're trying to fix the background, but we're sitting in Minnesota's lounge, so that's not my team anymore. It's a heartbreaker. The way you lose in overtime, fight back. Just like to compliment our girls for their success in the whole entire season. We had an injured, our number one center got injured, so we were playing really short today. Our bench was really short without our top forward there. And, they battled though. There was no excuses. We battled, and it's playoff hockey, and, you sell out and you do everything you can and everything you need to do. And I felt they did that. We had an opportunity to get the puck out twice, it bounced over a stick, and then it hit off a skate badly that kept it in. And it's unfortunate, but, Wisconsin capitalized on that and won because of it. But I just spoke with the girls and said, this loss does not dictate who you are and what your season resembles. And I feel very confident that you're going to get another shot. And a lot of people won't have that opportunity. So we have another shot to get some hardware next week.
Okay, first question will be from William Rabinowitz. Go ahead. Go ahead. William? There you go. Okay, we're having some trouble there. Questions for Coach? Again, just hit the raise your hand function and we'll get you started. Okay, I'll try this again. Again, William. And we're not getting any audio from you, sir.
Why doesn't he text his question? Because I see that's working.
Sorry about that, Coach. We've got a question from Nicole Haas. Nicole, go ahead.
Nadine, you talked a little bit about this yesterday, but I just wanted to ask about you pride yourself on your team's fitness, and after that long stretch, this was a tough weekend, a long stretch of not playing. It's a tough weekend, and now you go into what could be a long week of a lot of high pressure games. So I just wanted to ask you sort of about how happy you were with your team's performance about that this weekend, and how you think that prepares you for next week.
Yeah, it's a good question. We didn't know what to expect when we first came out yesterday, knowing that we had 2 games in a whole month. But like I said, we do pride ourselves on this, and, we just needed to get our feet under us yesterday. And today, I really thought we played a great 200-foot hockey game. We're playing against a team that has 4 lines, and I think we ended up 3 lines, towards, the second period. And so, some people had to step up and play that didn't get a lot of minutes this year, and they did great. And because of their fitness and their commitment to everything that they do every day in practice without playing, prepared them for this moment, to play against one of the best teams in the country. And so, Ramsey Parent, I'd like to give her a shout out, as, she doesn't see a lot of minutes, but she did fantastic today when her number was called. And, people playing different positions because that was what was needed. And, I think that's the key when you're playing against teams and you go into overtime, that you're going to have a team that's fit and can perform, not only under pressure, but, against a skilled, fast team as well. So I'm very pleased with them, and we're going to take advantage of this week to get ready and take for granted that we had 2 games under our belt going into next week, hopefully.
Next question is from Todd Mashevsky. Todd, go ahead.
Nadine, did you feel like you got the kind of looks you were hoping for on that 5-on-3 or the 4-on-3 a little bit before it in the second period? Was there anything different you'd like to see at that point besides a goal, I guess?
When we had the 5-on-3, is that what you're saying? Sorry.
Right. Yes.
Well, obviously the first one would be like not to let them out of the box when they weren't supposed to be out of the box. That would have been a good helpful start. But, you know, I think we fumbled on that a little bit. We got out of formation and we were a little jumbly there. Again, we didn't have a key player that we normally do. So we had people stepping in and out of position that weren't normally in that position. And so I think we just had to get our you know, head wrapped around what was going on. And so, yeah, you know, if we could rewind and do it a little bit better, of course we would, but that wasn't the reason why we didn't win the game. So we're going to move past it.
Yeah, we're going to try this one more time. William, if this doesn't work, you'll have to text your question. Okay, William, you're going to need to text our question. We're not hearing anything from you. Are there any other questions for Coach? Okay, Coach, we're going to let you go. Thank you for being with us, and we'll bring your student athletes in.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, we'll be joined now momentarily by Jen Gardner and Sophie Jakes from Ohio State. Hi, ladies, thank you for joining us. Folks, again, just hit the raise your hand function and we'll get you on. Jen, okay, we got Nicole Haas. Nicole, go ahead.
Sophie, I just wanted to ask about your goal and kind of, it almost felt like you were just like, well, I'm going to put the puck on net and see what happens. And I was just curious if there was something you saw or if it was just about you know, getting later in the game and we need to get looks and we've got bodies in front of the net. I was just curious sort of what led to you. That's not kind of normally the MO for you guys to be taking those shots from out there.
Yeah, well, I knew we were trying to get as many pucks on net as we could to test the goalie, and I saw we had a screen in front of the net, so I just fired the puck on net and it happened to go in.
Okay. Jen, could you kind of describe what happened on your goal today?
Yeah, I think there was just a couple different turnovers that were happening and Lisa Bruno stepped up, carried the puck in for us, and I think there were some good looks. Obviously our D were rushing the puck all game and making great plays, and then I was just there to pick up the rebound and fire one home.
Okay. Again, questions, just hit the raise your hand function and we'll get you on. Okay, Nicole Haas again. Nicole, go ahead.
For both of you, can you guys just talk a little bit about what it was like to get back on the ice here after that long break that you guys had with the 3 weeks of no games, and just how, I guess, you think that it has prepared you or makes you feel better heading into what will be a tough week of what could be 3 games in a short period of time?
Sophie, why don't you start?
So I think we've been practicing all 3 weeks, so we got as close as we could to playing a game and we worked really hard in practice. Obviously the first period was a bit rough for us, but I think we were able to find and get back to our game quite quickly for the time that we had off.
Jen, go ahead.
Yeah, leading off of that, I think we've been using these 3 weeks to build and prepare for this weekend, and I definitely think that it showed and we did everything that we could.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Okay, ladies, thank you for coming by. Appreciate it. You have safe travels home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, we'll be joined momentarily by the University of Wisconsin. The panelists will be Coach Mark Johnson, student athletes Lacey Eden and Daryl Watts, and we'll get going here in a few minutes. University of Wisconsin, head coach Mark Johnson, and then we'll be followed with student athletes Lacey Eden and Daryl Watts. Hi, Coach. Thanks for joining us. We're here with a few members of the media who want to speak with you. We'd like to ask to make an opening statement, and then we'll take questions. You're on mute, Coach. Sorry.
I forgot about that.
There you go.
No, exciting finish for us. Obviously, anytime you get a chance to win a game in overtime, especially when there's so much meaning within the game and the championship's on the line, it's exciting. But it was a good hockey game, very tight checking. We would bend for a bit, and then they would bend, and went back and forth, and basically comes down to similar to what happened last year in the game. Somebody's got to make a play, somebody's got stepped up, and there was a breakdown early in the overtime, and we capitalized on it. And so obviously we're excited about that.
Thanks, Coach. All right, questions? Just hit the raise hand function, and we'll get you on. Okay, first up is Todd Mashevsky. Todd, go ahead.
Mark, Lacey getting an overtime goal for you obviously would seem pretty unrealistic at the start of the season, given that she started the season planning on playing somewhere else. What has her journey been like to get to this point where she's an overtime hero for you this afternoon?
Well, to be honest, with you, it's just, we didn't know, where she was going to fit in and how she was going to play. And the challenges, obviously, as you all know, of coming into a team that, was, midway through a semester. And so, there were a lot of challenges, but, she came in, ready to work and be accepted by her teammates. And, her first two games were against Minnesota in our building, and, played very well in both of those games, and, came to practice the next week and just continued her process of getting to know her teammates and getting to know the coaching staff and a lot of things about Wisconsin. But, she's earned her time. She's played very well in the period of time she's been with us. She's scored some big goals prior to tonight. And, you look at players and their willingness to earn more playing time and get put on a power play and maybe kill a penalty. And, it's just a process of us getting to know her and her getting to know us. And, couldn't be happy for her because, I'm sure some days where there was a lot of questions in her mind and things that were going through her as far as, was it the right decision? What am I doing? And, at the end, she gets resulted with, a real big goal for us.
Okay, next we have Carly Marotta. Carly, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, I talked to Daryl Watts the other day just about how she loves coming up big in big moments. What do you see from her, especially today? Like, what's her role on this team?
Well, I think you saw it today where, it's going to be a tight checking game and, scoring opportunities are going to be rare. But, are you willing to, make a play and set up a play and maybe score a goal? And, we're capitalized on a breakdown, and, Lacey made a great pass, through the crease to Daryl, and, she's able to put in the back of the net. And then, her second goal is, what she does so well, utilizes her speed and, makes a move on the goaltender. And, one of the gifts she's had is getting the puck by goaltenders. And, since she's been at Wisconsin, she always, in most games, will get 2, 3, 4 good quality opportunities. Some nights they go in, other nights they may not, but she certainly puts herself in position to have success in the scoring column.
Okay, Carly, you got a follow-up? Go ahead.
Yeah, this is the second year that this game has gone to overtime. What was your message to the team as you headed into OT?
I mean, overtime is, making sure you take care of the puck and it's like the second period. So you have long line changes. So you don't want to get caught out on an extended shift and make a poor line change and get the other team an opportunity. And then it's just about getting pucks to the net. Any shot in overtime is a good shot. And then it's, who's going to make a play, who's going to get a rebound, who's going to get a bounce. And it was nice today to get it done within the first minute, so we didn't have to sit on the bench and continue to play like we did last year.
Questions for Coach? Okay, Carly, go ahead. I'm sorry, Todd Mashevsky. Go ahead, Todd.
Yeah, thanks. Not a ton of saves for Kennedy today, but a lot of testing saves, it seemed like. Can you go into how she played and what you saw out of her today?
Yeah, I thought she, it's like all we ask is, our goaltender give us a chance to win. And, I didn't know if it was going to be a 2-1 game. If we could get through the third period, you knew they were going to push and create some opportunities. And, you know, they were able to capitalize and make it 2-2. And, you know, then it gets into, you know, are you going to give up a A quality chance? Is it going to be a B quality chance? Are we going to get one of those? And the nice thing about it is, you know, our last game Saturday up at Duluth helped us as we get into the playoffs, and certainly the 2 games that we played here, you know, help, you know, for the next step for us. And so whether it had ended 2-1 or it ended up going into overtime, you know, get the feeling of what it's like to play those type of games. And, you know, our goaltender, you know, she's experienced, she's been around the block once. And so she seemed to be calm. She seemed to be relaxed. And, you know, like I say, gave us a chance to win. And, you know, that's all we can ask of her.
We have time for 2 more questions. First will be Carly Marotta and then Brian Poser. Carly, go ahead.
Yeah, last one from me. Coach, just winning the regular season title, now the tournament title, how do you feel about your team as you head into the big dance?
Well, it's good. I mean, you know, our league championship is a challenging and difficult trophy to win. And so we were very proud of that, especially the way we did it in this type of season. You know, this year's playoff was only a 2-game opportunity for teams if they won the first night. And so it's a little shorter playoff system. But again, it's a couple of games where whether you're successful or not, it gives you, you know, a position and a stepping stone and a realization of what comes next. And so tonight we'll get a chance to figure out what 8 teams are going to go on and, you know, who we're going to play. And you hope that, you know, the last couple of weekends, you know, worked in our prep. It's been a shorter season. You know, we got 18 games in us. You know, I always thought that if I had another 15 or 20 games with this team, you certainly could have made them stronger, but they've been through a lot. They've been challenged. They've met the challenge, and now we're ready for the next step.
Okay, last question, Brian Poser. Brian, go ahead.
Hi, Mark. Congratulations. I'm sure you'll listen to Queen on the way back on your iPhone. So does it matter if you're a 1 seed or?
The way Yoakum's going to be the taste.
Does it matter if you're the #1 overall seed, really, or not?
No. I think obviously with today's win, you know, you look at our schedule and the strength of our schedule, and you know, again, that's me talking. I mean, we did everything we can do and played, you know, a lot of tough teams that have been nationally ranked. But at the end of the day, those things are out of control. It just, you look for matchups. It's like the basketball tournament. Who you're going to match up with? What's the bracket look like? So whether you're 1, 2, 8, I mean, you know, what's the bracket look like, and who's your next opponent? And, we're just excited about that and look forward to that challenge.
Okay, Coach, thank you for joining us. We're going to bring Daryl in now. Daryl, thanks for joining us. Okay, folks, if you have questions, just hit the raise your hand function and we'll get you on with her. Okay, first question is from Todd Mashevsky. Todd, go ahead.
Daryl, can you talk about how different of a feeling this is than what it was last year at this time, losing that game in overtime compared to now winning it?
Yeah, it's like a polar opposite feeling. Losing last year felt awful. Losing in overtime, there's really nothing worse. But then there's nothing better than winning in overtime. So we're so excited right now. We're so happy. It's a great feeling.
Questions? Okay. Carly Marotta, go ahead, Carly.
Congratulations. What did you see on Lacey's goal, and just how excited are you for her, especially with the journey she's been through?
Oh, so happy for her. The team is so happy for her. We love Lacey. We couldn't be happier that she joined our team. Yeah, she contributes so much, especially in big games like today. So we're just lucky to have her. And it was a snipe. She's right behind me. It was a sick goal. Yeah.
Okay, next up, Brian Posey. Brian, go ahead.
Thanks, Todd. Daryl, congratulations. It certainly looks like you're going to play in the NCAA tournament this year after not getting that opportunity last year. I mean, that must be just a great feeling in and of itself.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's so exciting. So exciting.
Any more questions for Daryl? I got one more from Brian here. Hang on one second. Yeah, Brian, go ahead.
Yeah. Do you like your chances, Daryl?
I do. I think this team, we're so deep. We've got so many skilled players, but then even more than that, we get along so well. You know, yeah, we get along so well off the ice. I couldn't be happier to be part of this team. So yeah, I really like our chances.
Okay, next question is to Todd Mashevsky. Todd, go ahead.
Daryl, can you walk us through what your thought process was on your second goal when you saw that maybe you had a chance to get to the net there?
Yeah, Lacey made a beautiful pass. She kind of passed it from our zone all the way into the neutral zone, and then I had a lot of speed, and I felt like I could have beat the D wide, so I did that. And then I kind of figured I could do a little bit of a fake shot, bring it to the backhand, and hopefully beat the goalie with the deke, and thankfully it worked.
Okay, Daryl, I got one more question for you from Nicole Haas. Nicole, go ahead.
Daryl, I know you can be sort of your toughest critic and the hardest person on yourself. So pulling off that goal and just, you know, sort of making everybody stop and look, like what's the feeling you have today after the game that you had?
Sorry, I kind of couldn't really hear you.
You can be your harshest critic. I know you can be very hard on yourself. And I just wanted to ask, I mean, after you scored, you know, you scored 2 of the goals. That second goal was like highlight reel worthy. You win in overtime, which you didn't do last year. Just how are you feeling today?
So happy, just pure joy, pure bliss, cloud 9. So happy, so excited for the future.
All right, Daryl, thank you. We're gonna let you go and bring Lacey in.
Thank you.
Taking care of business, Lacey. Here we go. Woo!
We're joined now by Lacey Eden. Folks, again, if you have questions, just hit your raise hand function. We'll get you on. Lacey, the first question to you is going to be from Todd Mashevsky. Todd, go ahead.
Lacey, I guess you have to be prepared for anything in overtime, but was it a little bit of a surprise when that puck ends up on your stick that quickly? And can you go through what your thought was there?
Yeah, so obviously a quick turnover off a good forecheck, and the puck just happened to be on my stick in the slot. I saw Daryl on the left side. The defender was kind of cheating to her, and so was the goalie too. So I picked my spot and put the puck in the net.
Okay, next up, Brian Post. Brian, go ahead.
Thanks, Todd. Lacey, I would assume you feel like you've made the right decision to come to Wisconsin?
Oh, yeah. It's been an amazing experience so far, and I'm so excited for the future. Just everything about it has been surreal.
Okay. And another question from Brian. Brian, go ahead.
So what makes this team so special? Why have you been able to become a tight-knit part of this club right now?
Well, we're all just – everyone accepted me onto the team right away, and we've just gotten so close over the past couple of months, and every single day in practice, everybody's giving 100%. Everybody wants to be there. Everybody's just so focused on the goal, and that's such a special environment to be in. There's nothing quite like that.
Any other questions for Lacey? Okay, Lacey, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Safe travels.
Yeah.
Okay, that concludes our press conference. For those of you who joined us here for the final face-off, safe travels home. Those of you who have been participating remotely, safe travels to the kitchen. Good night.